Oh, the customers are calling. They want to have some food.
We're playing Critic Kitchen by Cardboard Alchemy.
Chef's kiss. Bonjour, bonjour. Welcome to BoxedMeeples. Je m'appelle Julian, and this is Libby, and there goes my French accent.
Yes, thank goodness.
We have been incredibly fortunate to get our hands on the deluxe copy of Critic Kitchen from Cardboard Alchemy, who are probably best known for Flamecraft.
They are indeed, yes, those lovely dragons.
Now, this is a kind of a spiritual sequel. It's not set in the same world, but obviously has the same fantastic artwork from Sandara Tang. But it's a very, very different game.
It is indeed, yes. And it allows you to pretend that you're in the film Ratatouille.
Oui.
So, yeah, it's great, right?
D'accord. Well,
but we're going to board it and we will let you know what we think. So our first impressions of Critic Kitchen, we played as 4 players, and gosh, is it beautiful?
it really is. And I'm going to say probably the greatest turn tracker I've ever seen in a game. I just love that little kind of teeny tiny pepper pot.
Mill. Yeah, that is incredible. Absolutely love it.
It's that kind of attention to detail that really do elevate this game.
Yes.
There's so many wonderful things. Obviously, the artwork throughout is incredible.
As we would expect, all of the different critters in here, and there are a lot of critters in here. I mean, not just your different workers. You have 3 types of worker, going from teeny tiny mouse, lizard, boar, and depending on their size, depends on how much they can carry, of course, but also how speedy they are. So quite integral in the gameplay to have those different types of creatures. But it's not just those player ones. There's all these different sous chefs and these kind of gastronomy experts that are trying to grade your food. Each of those beautiful artwork.
Yeah, but at its core, it's not a very complicated game.
No.
You know, it's a quick game as well.
Yeah, 7 rounds.
And you're sending out your workers. If they're fast, like the little mouse, they're going to be first pick, and you get 1 ingredient, or you can chance it with, the boar and get more ingredients back. But there might be a chance all the other players have exhausted what's there, and you're going back with nothing.
That did happen to me a couple of times.
So to give it that longevity, it has to have that variety. And obviously that comes from, like you're saying, those judges who have all different tastes, and then that really does skew what you need to start picking up from the various locations on the board. It's semi-worker placement, but not quite, and it's all about reading what your opponents are going to want and working out where's the least risky place for you to go to get the most stuff.
Yeah, so basically each round you're trying to plate a certain dinner that is out there to be plated, to be scored, and obviously you want to get great scores for each of those plates. But at the end of those 7 rounds, you're also going to be judged on how good your sort of food knowledge is and how much great ingredients you've got throughout the game to be able to plate all these different ingredients, these 7 courses for that foodie expert. There are going to be some secret rules. They have some sort of things which they like more than others. So some of the beginner ones, for example, the one that we played with had double points for carrots. There is a mouse in the game that has double points for cheese, of course.
Clearly.
Of course. And there are different other secret things that you can learn throughout the game.
I do love
that
those.
Will affect the scoring.
Yeah, the end game scoring and the rumour tokens you can pick up. So you can forego collecting food from a place and just get that rumour token, which will give you a glimpse into what the end game scoring on top of the judges' scoring is going to be.
Yes.
So you've got kind of 3 things you do need to think about. Are you going to focus on the dish of the day?
Yeah.
And do that super well? Or are you going to reserve all the good stuff to really impress the judge? Or are you going to start thinking about those kind of global goals while also trying not to reveal to opponents who haven't had the rumours
what you're doing and why. So one of the players around our table went, "Oh, you haven't got any spice, Libby." Right at the end of the game, it was too late for them to do anything about it. "Oh, poor Libby, you've not got any spice." But the reason I didn't have spice was because it was one of the rumours. Although looking back, I think I should have taken some to sort of balance the scoring a bit, but they did lose a lot of potential scores. I did gain much more from knowing that rumour that no one else knew. But yeah, really interesting in terms of scoring the day's plate, the end of the week, kind of.
And those scoring goals at the end.
Yes.
And so spice, what spice does, it doubles, if you place it on the same ingredient, it doubles that score. So is that worth getting? Because if you don't have a good thing to place it on, what's that going to contribute? And it's all these kind of little things that contribute to a slightly simple game, or simpler than we often play. But add that texture, add that little bit of spice, a little bit of taste to it.
It does, and it really opens up the opportunities for different things in terms of kind of gaining the most gameplay out of it. So for example, if you use that spice on perhaps the carrots, given the judgment we were using, if you had the 7 carrot, that's 14 because of the judge. And then you double that because you've got the spice on it.
Delicious.
You've definitely won whatever that section is with the maximum carrot pointage you could ever
king
get.
Of carrots.
Yes, yeah. And it's lots of little nuance like that really makes it interesting. I do love that you've got this card play with the sort of blind visiting of all these different spots to be collecting your ingredients throughout the day. And everyone sort of around the table going, oh, look at that 7 cheese. Oh, that looks appealing, doesn't it? Oh, on the same spot as this. And then you're sort of thinking, right, so shall I try and fight them out? I'm at the top of the queue in terms of order of the players around the table. And that can be quite key as well.
Yeah.
And I had an ability which allowed me to monopolize that, which was actually really nice as well. So shall I dive in and grab that one that I know everyone wants, or shall I steer clear and I'm more likely to get great stuff elsewhere if they're all hoarding over that one
And our table
section.
banter did feed into that. Lots of food puns I'm trying to do here.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, everyone's going to be going there. I guess I'm not going to go there. And then who do you send there, though? Do you send that little fast little guy to get definitely the thing you want? Or, do you chance it? I'm going to get the thing I want and send the lizard and get something else bonus, because you do need to start hoarding the stuff. You're always going to get soup.
Well, you can always get soup. So if you're wondering about those locations, there is always the soup location. The first person there is going to get the amazing beast, which is worth 3. Excellent. But you are always going to be able to pick up the soup that is there, and you can always use it as one ingredient that might be needed to make a dish of the day. So, and there is also end game scoring for the person with the most soup. So how much of a soupy game you get into
The soup game
really does, again, play into this interesting tactics throughout the game that takes a game with quite welcoming mechanics into something that's quite nice and thinky.
Yeah, I would say this is slightly heavier than Flamecraft. The two, like I said at the beginning, aren't immediately comparable, apart from obviously having the same developer and the same kind of Sandara Tang artwork. They are very different games. This isn't a Flamecraft game. This is its own thing, and I would say, slightly heavier. It's a nice step on, I think, from Flamecraft.
Yes, I do think so too. And obviously the theme for you
love
is
the theme.
shiny.
Yeah, you don't often get many food-based games. There are a few. I love Dinner in Paris, for example. Often they're kind of really stressful games. We're up against a timer, or really aggressive games. This is a cozy game. It's it's a delight to sit around the table. It's helped by the beautiful artwork, and it's a relatively quick game to play because you're doing so much at the same time as other players. You're placing your kind of cards down where you're going to go all at the same time. It means the only time it kind of depends on other players is when you're going through that turn order, and that's when you do have to be mindful of that. So you do get through a game relatively quickly.
Yeah, I was surprised actually, even with a teach and all of that kind of stuff, with 4 players, we did actually do quite well. And I really appreciate the ability to go to a higher player count in this game. And I think because it is quite welcoming, we'll be able to play it with a variety of people at those higher player counts.
Yeah, so I would say chef's kiss.
Yes.
For Critic Kitchen, yeah, really, I had high hopes for this.
Yeah,
I thought this is going to be right up my alley, and it really was. And it's one of the games I think we are going to table so much, just because it works so well at a variety of player counts.
Yeah, and I thought it actually set up relatively quickly as well. So
such a lovely production. So much attention to detail, like the little soup is in a soup bowl, things like that just are always appreciated.
Yeah,
and it does. It's kind of a celebration of a wonderful game. But have you played Critic Kitchen?
Yes.
Are you interested in getting hold of it? And have you played Flamecraft? Which of the two do you prefer?
Yeah, we would love to hear from you. Of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. And as you're commenting in there, and ring the bell as well. And of course, if you're looking to buy board games, then we recommend that you go to your friendly local game store. For us here in the southeast of England, ours is Chaos Cards, and we do have a discount code in the description as usual that you can use to save yourself a few pennies at the checkout.
But as always, thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Au revoir.